Hello, folks. How's everyone doing today? Had a great conversation yesterday with a handful of folks. Once a month in my Brave, Bold, Badass community, I invite people from anywhere in the world to join me and others for powerful conversations about relevant topics. And the topic that we chose for yesterday's conversation was the fact that many of us go through life or experience at some point in our life not enoughness. We're not good enough, we're not worthy, we're not thin enough, pretty enough, smart enough, tall enough, whatever enough, and the impact that that can have on our lives. And during this conversation yesterday, a really insightful discussion was held around the fact that oftentimes we are our own worst enemy. And what do we mean by that? We talked about how we can develop assumptions and expectations of other people or situations that if those assumptions and expectations aren't met, then we are disappointed. And we develop these assumptions and expectations without ever communicating them to the other person. So they have no idea what we're thinking and what our viewpoint on the relationship or the project or the event is that we may be creating these unspoken desires about. And so I think it's worth all of us reflecting on the fact. Have you ever done that? Have you ever come up with a set of expectations about a relationship with another person or a friendship, or maybe you're a leader of a company, or you have people on your team, maybe you're a sports team coach. Have you ever created expectations in your own mind, failed to communicate them to whoever might be involved, and then when they're not met, you're either angry, you're resentful, you're sad, you're unhappy, and unbeknownst to the other party or to the other situation, they were unaware that they existed in the first place, your assumptions and your expectations. To take it a step further, we discussed that it would be really useful and helpful to everyone involved if instead of developing these assumptions and expectations that you don't communicate to someone, sit down with a person before you enter a relationship, whether it's business or personal, and have a conversation with them about what your desire is for that relationship moving forward. Maybe it's with a person you've been dating for a while, and you may be starting to discuss getting married and spending the rest of your life together. I think it's worthwhile having a conversation about what you think that ought to look like and feel like, and what their role in that, in your mind, you would like it to be, and what your expectations as a husband or a wife might be. Same with a employee-employer situation. You develop a project and you bring these folks on board to participate in the project, but you never explain to them what your expectations are, what your goals are, and how you have a desire for some certain outcome. And then if they're not met, you get upset. You're not happy. So, great conversation. I think it's worthwhile remembering those things. And let's not be our own worst enemy. Let's not set people up for failure in our own minds without communicating to them what our desires are and how we think that the relationship could unfold, and getting some input from them. They may have some very useful things to communicate to us too. And if we don't have those conversations, they will never know and we will never know. Okay? So let's avoid some future dust-ups and communicate clearly and honestly and with some vulnerability to other folks and in situations you might find yourself in. If you want to join us for these conversations, you are more than welcome to direct message me your contact information, and I will send you the invites and how to join in on these Zoom conversations. They are really useful and powerful and insightful and can be very supportive depending on what you might be going through in your own life or situations you might be dealing with. So jump on board. Let's talk. It's a nice, safe community of people that are interested in, they're interesting too, but they're interested in evolving to the next level in their life. So come play with us. We'd love to have you. And until I see you again, keep your ass in the saddle. Have a kick-ass rest of the day and weekend. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.